He's just kind of he kind of inconveniences everybody.
When Luigi Villain took out his notes in class, he never took off those little fringes on the end of his paper.
No, Luigi Villain would never do that.
Luigi Villain only writes in red ink pen. He always says he's going to take his food to go and then eats in the restaurant. Luigi Villain is a menace.
He is a menace. He needs to be stopped.
He's going to carry that onto the field.
Hello and welcome back to the FlurrySports Podcast. My name is Zach Bruner, and with me, again, usually, is Jake Osmond. How's it going, Jake?
Oh, it's going good. It's Easter Sunday, so what better comeback, for our boy JC. I'm back too. We're here. I will say, show last week, very, very good. Some states that I loathed got put in their place. So shout out to Trevor, shout out to Luke for holding down the fort. Very good. Who knew Kyrie said so many dumb things? It
kind of blew my mind. I thought he was pretty head on straight.
Yeah.
There's so many flat Earth jokes that popped into my mind watching the game today. Should I tweet these? Nah, it's too late. Not on Easter. Not today.
Not today.
Like Kyrie Irving feels like he's on top of the world. Wait. Not. It's not even possible.
Also, when is that tweet not good? Like, I feel like you just have that one in the holster ready to go. It's always ready.
Best basketball player across the world.
That's right. We thank you, as always, for listening to the FlurrySports Podcast. Surprisingly, still good. Like your Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh, baby. Pat Beverly has got them cooking.
Pat Beverly has the NBA right where he wants it.
That's right. Jumping during a free throw.
That's right. Budweiser's selling Bev Lights at the Timberwolf game this week. Beverly is the heart and soul of the Timberwolves. He's the MVP of the Timberwolves. He is the bane of everyone's existence, including Desmond Bane, who he shut down. So, I mean, he's got it going on.
That's right. Other conspiracy theories from the NBA this week? Ja Morant's too good. I haven't put my hand on what it is. I think he's wearing those moon shoes that always seemed really cool as a kid in the early 2000s. Like, he jumps too high.
He does.
And I don't think we're as freaked out by it as we should be because it's on a basketball court. But imagine you were in the grocery store and someone just jumped over the aisle.
That's Ja Morant.
That's unsettling. He can totally do that.
I'm just trying to, he's a very good basketball player.
Hot take.
That is. But here is the hot take. What does he do really well except jump high?
Whoa.
It kind of just blew your mind.
Blew my mind a little bit. I think, and this is kind of sad to say, I would say his best quality is that he is not a total detriment on defense.
True.
For like a superstar, he's like also probably like a real threat defensively. I think that's rare.
What a nice compliment.
Yeah.
He's not a detriment.
He's like 11 James Harden.
Fair. I think that should be his nickname.
That's right. 11 views. I mean, if you want to get in, I would say that his real, besides jumping, really, like, athleticism probably his top strength, but he's a really good shooter.
He is, but he also went to Murray State.
Got him.
It
cancels out.
It does. To tell you the truth, it does. Some of these players didn't go to college, okay, but that's better than going to Murray State.
I knew that was coming.
It is.
Okay, I watched the NBA this week, and I got to tell you, Zach, I'm pissed.
Oh,
I'm livid. That's right. Typically, not my normal disposition.
True.
Consider myself somewhat of a cheery chap. I've never used that word in my life, but
did someone piss in your Cheerios? Is that the vibe going on?
Here's my thing. I just think that there are some things that should piss everyone off.
Okay.
Couple examples. Thomas Edison made it so electricity wasn't free. That should piss everyone off all the time.
That's a good point. Not a lot of people are talking about it.
No. 2, the only reason that we have a 2-day weekend is because the U.S. Congress passed a law in 1923 saying that the work week was 5 days.
Okay.
That should piss people off all the time.
I'm glad you're putting these things at the front of our minds right now. What's number 3, Jake?
Go check your stove. Number 4.
Okay, 4.
That's right. Might be on. Number 4. Why weren't we doing playing games the whole fucking time for NBA? I just watched play-in games this week,
Mm-hmm.
and they're a revelation. Basketball actually matters. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Why have we waited so long to put stakes on entry level? Everything should be a one and done.
That's the point. Okay, that's what I was going to try to get to.
Yeah.
Because I think your take of playing games are great. You're in the minority.
Whoa.
I think so. I think you're in the minority. I think it's stupid as a concept, right? Like, we play the whole season. It's like, oh, now we're going to take 4 teams to play for 2. However, to your point, the one and done makes everything better. Always.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, here's the thing. I agree that the current format is dumb the way they do it because they haven't bought in. Because, yes, it's dumb that, like, you have to play in to basically be the 8th seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But, listen, baseball does a lot of things bad.
Really?
Hot take. Yes.
Okay. Haven't watched. Don't know.
That's going to make someone's grandpa really pissed. But anyway, baseball does a lot of things bad. But I like their playoff format, especially lately that they kind of got figured out of, like, it starts with, like, some teams being a one and done, then you go to 3-game series, then you go to 5, and then finally when it matters and, like, it's your 4 best teams, they're 7-game series.
I do like that.
And I think, like, the big thing is, like, I think the NBA should just have it, like, you know, maybe top 4 in each conference, but I would like just the top 2 in each conference get, like, to wait. Everyone else is a 1-game series. Then you eliminate it that way, and then the next one is a 5-game series. And then it's a 7 for the finals.
I like it, and it would piss a lot of people off, which I like more.
Bring it.
That's what I'm saying.
They'd have more time to think about it if we had more weekends. Think about that, people.
Okay, good point. The whole play-in thing, to me, just seems a little bit more like a waste of time just because we knew who was going to be in it, right? Because we've been having a model the entire season. Yeah. And basically everything came down to exactly what we predicted, Jake, except Bucks didn't make the playoffs, according to me. Apologies, sorry about it, but that just means we're probably going to lose to the Bulls in the first round, right?
Yeah.
But like everything else, like, why do we need to know that the Hawks are in? Why do the Hawks need to win 2 games to get in, to play the Heat, and then get the brakes beat off of them?
Can I make a point, though? I don't know why I asked it like that. I'm about to make a point.
On a podcast? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
this is not the forum.
I think I've heard this. You have to earn a podcast, right?
Yeah.
No one's on Pete. Anyway.
It took him how long to earn a podcast?
Dude, but he really wants to earn it. Every week he's like, are you sure I can keep it? And you're like, yeah, it's yours, man. Here's my thing. I don't really understand. I feel like people, and they don't articulate it this way, but this is how I see it. People get really pissed about the playing things, baseball too, and basketball, and they hate the idea of going to, like, lesser game series because, like, what if someone who's not the best team wins? Well, why do we even have a fucking playoffs then, huh? Exactly. Why don't we just give them a trophy at the end of the season?
I did. Congratulations, Suns.
Yeah, true.
And Kings, who won the last game to fuck me over.
Which is awesome. It's so good. And Kings.
The true Kings. Good congratulations.
Yes. But here's all I'm saying is, like, why are we doing playoffs if there's no chance for upsets? Like,
right.
No one gets mad at the NFL. It's like that one year the Jags made the AFC Championship. It's like, they really robbed us of another Patriots-Colts face-off.
Right.
Come on. Yeah. That's what the playoffs are about. Let them fucking play.
I mean, the whole point of college basketball is because no one knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes it good. And then all of a sudden we switch to NBA. It's like, that's not supposed to happen.
By the way, real shame no Blue Bloods ever win the NCAA tournament anymore, huh?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
On the way to Kansas last week, I saw a new billboard with Bill Self's face on it. And I should have took a picture of it because I can't make this up. It had Bill Self on it, and it said,
Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Self-made man.
No, it did. But it did say, he welcomes you to Rock Chalk Nation. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be welcomed by Bill Self anywhere.
No.
Especially after Luke last week revealed some of the things that I had forgotten about Bill Self. I was like, dude. And he, like, had a hand outstretched on this bulletin board. Like, one of his fingers was, like, dangling off the edge of it. And I'm like, I don't need Bill Self to be 3D. It already bothers me that he is 3D. I don't need another.
One of the worst things about him.
Yeah, is that he's manifest and that I could touch him. So yeah, worse yet, he could touch me, man. Bill Self get away. Yeah,
Good point.
Sorry, Bill Self, fan of the podcast. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he really loved our Jim Boeheim segment a few weeks ago.
It's true. I did.
Same.
But I don't know. Anything piss you off in particular about the NBA so far?
I just hate how Rudy Gobert continues to get applause for doing absolutely nothing. He took one shot, missed it. What a good performance. What a great defender. Defending Dwight Powell. Who is Dwight Powell, Jake? Tell us. That's right. He's nobody. There's nobody. Congratulations, Jazz, for not losing to the Mavericks, who don't have Luka Doncic. Who, by the way, Jake, I think the Mavs might be pulling a Kawhi Leonard. How Kawhi Leonard might play next week, might play the next game, all last offseason after he tore his ACL. Yeah. Like, he's traveling with the team.
Day to day.
Right. That's what Luka is right now. He's day to day with possibly a torn calf.
Listen, I think the NBA has realized, I do like the NBA's commitment. No sport books like the NBA does.
Good point.
Teams have characters, and the Mavs characters, they do not win in the first round. And I think Luka got a little too good, and someone gave him the ice skater treatment. What was her name? Who took a baseball bat to the knee?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. People at home, yell it to me. Yeah. Come on.
Send it to Hannah Bruder and Elkmount School District. You know the drill.
Nancy Kerrig. That's so close. Nancy. This is the best radio. No, everyone already knows the answer. Tanya Harding.
Nancy.
Nancy's the one who took it.
Oh, Nancy Kerrigan.
Oh, I was so close. Nancy Kerrigan took one like a champ. That's Luka. Tanya Harding is Marco Rubio.
Who's Ricky Rubio?
Oh, yes. Wait. I just accused Florida Senator Marco Rubio of hitting Luka Doncic with a baseball bat. Okay, well, that's the most relevant he's been in about 5 years. So, welcome back. Ricky Rubio. Yes.
One of the same.
God, that's not going well.
No.
That metaphor really left the station.
It did, but let me take over, Jake, because to your point, the NBA books perfectly.
Yeah.
And, we book things much like the NBA does, and we are going to book the NBA playoffs here. Obviously, the first game on pretty much every single series, except for Bulls, Bucks, and Pelicans. Suns is in the books right now. And we've been talking about how much stuff pisses us off about the NBA, so I think we should book this in the worst possible way, because I think that's what people listen to us for. The worst possible things they want to know. They wanted to get pissed off. We want to get people's blood boiling on this Monday morning, if you're listening to it on Monday morning or whatever.
Yeah.
You get it.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, hey, good morning.
Let's calm down.
Maybe that should be the new episode start. Hey, good morning there. But yeah, let's book the NBA playoffs. What would make us the most mad? And do we want to go series by series, or what do you think you want to do?
Yeah, let's go series by series. Big picture.
Okay. So let's start in the East.
Okay.
Let's go Toronto 76ers, and we know, we're not going to pretend we don't know that the 76ers are up by a game.
Yeah.
So, to me, Raptors are an irrelevant team.
Yeah.
But I dislike the 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the 76ers have to move on, right? Or no?
I agree. Also, I was going to say them being up by a game actually does, because now Toronto making a comeback is more interesting to me.
True. Yeah, a sweep is okay.
Yeah, it actually just increases my animosity.
James Harden won in the first round. Great.
Yes, way to go.
Congratulations.
That's what he does.
Yes.
James Harden doing James Harden things is winning the first round of the playoffs.
Very good. So let's go 76ers, move on there. I should have an actual bracket up. But while I bring that up, we'll go Atlanta, Miami. Miami beat the shit out of them today.
Yeah. I don't want to do a copy and paste, but for whatever reason, no one gets my blood boiling more than Trae Young. But I will say that...
This is the thing. This is how they should be selling the series, by the way. Trae Young versus Tyler Hero. Who do you hate more?
True. I'm gonna go with what would make me more angry is the Heat, probably in the long term. Just because in the right scenario, Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler are just, and Kyle Lowry, he gets a free pass. No longer. No longer. He wrote, I can't get over him getting to hoist the trophy in Toronto. Because it's just like, his dedication pays off. Fuck you, man. So many other people are dedicated and were better players, and they're like, finally, this unsung hero pays off. Whatever, man.
When did Kyle Lowry become interesting?
Never.
To us, never. But for some reason, there was a minute where, like, everyone, the story about Kyle Lowry was this. I'm not sure if you remember this. He has a big butt. And that's what everyone was talking about. And I don't get it. Congratulations.
Okay, first of all, because I know Hannah's already doing it. Others of the show, go ahead, Google it.
Fine.
We know you gotta. Get back to us. Send us a text if you agree. Tweet at us. But here's the thing. No pun intended there. But I do think he got treated like Chris Paul. Like, I feel like he became like, he was like Toronto's dude. Especially when they got rid of DeRozan, who was actually Toronto's dude.
Yeah.
But it was like, those two were best buddies. They were going to do it for the North. They were like constantly shit-talking LeBron. And it's like, it's going to be our time in the East. And then like, people just like were like, when's Lowry going to get his ring? It's like, I don't know. Never?
Before Chris Paul, but probably never. That he did, so.
And then I was just like, he can retire now, right? Like, that was his thing. Yeah. He got one for Toronto. I'm not going to lie. I think some of it, now that I said that out loud, I'm probably just mad at him for getting one when DeRozan doesn't have one.
True.
That's probably most of it. Yeah. Drake has one, but not DeRozan.
Let that sink in.
Yeah. That's right. You know, well, you're at work, not on a weekend because of the government. Also think of the fact that Drake has a ring.
Have you thought about it?
Is your oven on?
Yeah.
Right, welcome back. No, so what's our next series there?
Okay, so Miami moves on, 76ers move on. We got the Bucks and the Bulls. Obviously, we're in Wisconsin, Bucks fans, so there's some bias there. And obviously, just, you know, not very far away from each other. Big rivalry with the Bulls. But, to your point, the Bulls have the DeMar DeRozan factor. They have a lot of guys who haven't won. So are they the feel-good story, or is Coach Bud the feel-good story?
Okay, this is tough for us, right? Because, like, as, like, Wisconsin natives, I'm kind of rooting for the Bucks. Like, if I'm not rooting for the Timberwolves, and at some point I'm afraid they're going to go out. Like,
I'm not sure.
Haven't lost yet?
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. So it's like, if it's not them, it's the Bucks. So for me, the Bulls are the more infuriating, like, outcome there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's here. Let's book it because we're booking it, right?
Yep.
Giannis tweaks something, and like he gets hurt, and then the Bulls move on. And they're like, "Look, we did it."
True.
And you know who tells us about it? LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball. God, there's a lot of them.
There are. That is a good call. I bet all the balls can be there then too, because LaMelo got knocked out.
Should have a documentary called All the Balls.
That's a good point. One too many balls.
Oh, who's one? Who's the one too many?
LiAngelo. We know which one's too many.
Oh, sorry that I had to make you say that now. Right.
Sorry about it, LiAngelo. The only thing I question, I think you're right, Bulls moving on would be more infuriating for most people. And they could also book it like, finally, the Bulls finally have a team that hasn't won in forever. And then people are like, you know, you had a dynasty. Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
As a Bucks fan, is it more infuriating to lose in the first round or to get close and lose like every Wisconsin sports team usually does?
That's a really good point. I think after last year, it's more infuriating to lose in the first round.
I hope Coach Bud has something to do with it because I want everyone to be reminded like, oh yeah, he's not a good coach.
He injures Giannis.
Yeah, he's going to be walking on the court for something. He's not going to be looking, and he's going to Mike Tomlin Giannis. He's going to trip him.
I was also thinking, like, he spills coffee out of it or something. Like, it was, like, something very, like,
stupid.
Discreet. Yeah.
Physical comedy from Coach Bud.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I think it's more infuriating to go out right away for that.
Okay, so Bulls move on, then Celtics versus Nets. Celtics are kind of like, dare I say, sort of like the blue-collar team right now. They're kind of just the hustle team.
Yeah.
And they're winning. And the Nets, obviously, is Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And I would assume they're the villains, right?
Yes.
So don't Nets move on? Is that the most infuriating?
Yeah, that's the most infuriating.
Okay. Let's book the entire East side before we move to the West. So we have the Heat versus the 76ers now.
The more infuriating there for me is the Sixers.
I think you're right.
You really dislike Tyler Hero. That's
Dude.
the real.
I don't like Jimmy Butler either. I don't like Eric Spoelstra. I hate a lot of Miami people.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker needs to hold someone under 30 points before I can call him a good defender.
I think we're dangerously close to people realizing how annoying it would be if the Sixers ever got to talk about trusting the process working.
That's a good point.
Like, it has gotten to such a point that, like, if they win a big one 10 years from now, they're just going to go,
Told you.
I can't stand it. It was just a more elaborate plan than you thought.
Yeah.
Pea-brained Bucks fan. No, I can't take it. So
That's a good point.
yeah,
It's
they're the more
76ers.
infuriating. Yeah.
Damn it, you're right. Okay. Then it's the Bulls versus the Nets. This one, I mean, Nets are the obvious villains. Would that piss you off more, though?
So you brought me back into focus. I think you've raised a very good point, which is what will make me more mad? Teams I don't like or teams that will just totally lose my interest?
That's a good point.
So I'm going to go for the sake of being truly infuriated. I'm actually going to go, man, okay, let me flip it back to you because will you be more interested in the 76ers Nets dynamic than infuriated by it? That's like where I'm getting caught up because there's a part of me that like doesn't want that to happen, but there's also a part of me that like that is like the best chance of me watching the most games.
For sure. I think there's a way to make you interested and piss you off, and I think those two teams could do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think for what we're going for, that's the more infuriating. Because you have to think, at that point, the Bulls would probably be like babyface icons.
For sure.
So it's like
sure.
if they had taken down the Bucks and then the Nets.
I mean, you got Billy Donovan. How could you not root for Billy Donovan?
Done it for a long time.
Yeah, say no more. So it is the Nets versus the 76ers. Ben Simmons would be back, most likely at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be the worst case scenario? Because to your point, the trusted the process thing pisses me off, I think.
Yeah.
Like if they beat Ben Simmons, would I cheer for Ben Simmons?
Oh.
That pisses me off, thinking that they might get me to cheer for Ben Simmons. Because I don't want to cheer for James Harden.
Yeah. No.
Blake Griffin's still there.
Sorry. Steve Nash.
Oh, no.
Steve Nash is their saving grace. I can always root for Steve Nash's team.
Is Mike D'Antoni still there? I don't think I could cheer for him either.
Here, one, I think this shows we have picked the most infuriating matchup.
True.
We cannot, dude, imagine... Sixers fans are in my head becoming a monster because it's like
Yes.
Imagine them being like Harden getting the last laugh, and that is the most infuriating.
It is
option, right? Yeah,
over Ben Simmons.
Yes, and Durant and Kyrie. But I was more. Oh my god, are we rooting for Kyrie?
See, I don't know. I kind of became a Kyrie fan last week.
You did say some wild stuff.
Yeah.
I think. The more infuriating one there is probably the Sixers.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow. I fully agree.
Yeah.
But Okay, let's go to the West.
Right.
Who's the 76ers going to play? We start with the Suns and the Pelicans. I don't dislike either team. I don't think I like the Pelicans, but I don't know why. Because CJ McCollum is like the ultimate face.
Yeah, for sure. I like Ingram.
Ingram's fine. Zion is now on the bench. He's not playing yet, but he's doing 360 dunks in warm-ups, but he's not healthy enough to play.
He's a weird one.
That's a nice way to put it, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you something, and I don't know why. And I don't think this is going to be controversial. I love Steven Adams, and I can't explain it.
He's not on that team.
He's not on the Pelicans?
He's on the Grizzlies now. He got traded, I think, in the offseason.
I hate them.
Okay. Pelicans have to win now.
They have to. Oh, shit.
It's Jonas Valanciunas is their center now.
Oh. I like him.
I did too.
Shit. Who are they playing?
The Suns. So it's going to be Joe Val versus J Val.
Oh.
That's right, JaVale McGee.
That shouldn't be allowed. I mean, Suns are the more infuriating win there. Chris Paul.
Yeah. But you're right. I just really want to see Chris Paul get to the end and lose. So
we might get there.
I'm sure we will in real life. But yeah, you're right. The Pelicans are the more inferior. Or no, Suns are the more inferior. Oh yeah, I'm pulling. My mind's on pretzel. I don't even know what I'm booking anymore. Suns are more infuriating. Correct.
Keeps telling me no.
Okay, so Suns win.
Yeah.
Okay. Mavericks versus Jazz.
Oh, the more infuriating for sure. The Jazz.
For sure. It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. Any scenario with Rudy Gobert.
Yes.
Good God.
We're going to get to an interesting point we already talked about with the two teams we just mentioned, the Suns and the Jazz. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm letting our listener know now. There's going to be a point where we're going to want the Jazz to lose. And we're going to want Chris Paul to lose at the last moment.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what that's going to do to our infuriating thing here. So let's find out.
We will. Okay, but first we got the Warriors and the Nuggets. Steph Curry did come back for game one, coming off the bench. I think he played 30 minutes. So he's back with the Warriors. I don't know if that makes him more likable or not. Nuggets are Jokic. And that's about it. I hate Aaron Gordon, though. He might be my least favorite active player not named LeBron James. I hate Aaron Gordon.
That is understandable. I don't like him either. But
congratulations, you lost a few dunk contests. You're so good.
Zach LaVine.
He's a Blake Griffin wannabe.
Which is a dangerous place to be.
It is.
I will say, the more infuriating there is
probably the Warriors.
The
Draymond effect.
Yeah. He did come out, and it is really him, because he came out in the last week and said that he's going to protest if John Morant wins the Most Improved Player award, and because he's too good for it. He also came out and said, if you thought our first lineup in 2016 was the deaf lineup, we have the deaf lineup to end all deaf lineups now.
Very
which
good.
is just dumb.
It is.
It's dumb. You took your own brand and we're better now.
Yeah.
Also, I've got weird old feelings about Andrew Wiggins.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Should have done it for Minnesota, man.
Yeah. Now he knows how to play basketball. Congratulations. So Warriors win that. Then we have the Grizzlies versus the Timberwolves.
Well, this, I think we've talked about, is just babyface palooza. I think either winning is great. For us, the more infuriating is the Grizzlies winning probably, right?
I think so, but remember, you just found out Steven Adams plays for him.
Who I love.
Yeah. Been watching him all year.
What I really love is his past work.
Yeah, okay.
I really liked him at OKC.
Very good.
Here's what I'll say. I think that...
Are we saying Patrick Beverley is now the face?
No, he can't. I was just going to make the argument that for the league, and for fans who aren't us, the most infuriating is the Timberwolves winning.
Yeah.
John Morant going out in the first round.
Yeah. For Beverley.
Beverley blocks his shot to end the series.
Oh my God. Beverley He'll start fighting fans. He'll be so excited.
I actually don't feel weird about this. I think the Wolves going on is the more infuriating thing for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially because I think they're probably going to get stopped by any of the other teams left.
I don't know.
Next round. Well, let's see what happens. Can we reverse psychology our way to a Wolves championship? Let's find out.
We'll find out. So they move on. But now, Jake, we go back. Suns versus the Jazz.
Oh, it is them facing off.
Hitler versus Stalin.
Okay. I think the more infuriating thing here still is...
I don't know.
Oh, we've gotten to a hard place. At that point, the Jazz winning for me is still more infuriating.
I think so. I hate Rudy Gobert, man. I hate him.
And I just don't want that team to be rewarded
for
how it's behaved.
Correct.
And like the Suns still have like enough weird whimsical energy to be like...
I love Monty Williams.
Yeah, love him. I kind of like DeAndre Ayton.
He's got a massive noggin.
This kid's really cute. I don't know.
Is he? I don't know. I just can't stop staring at his head.
Yeah.
There's probably been so many pictures with this kid in it, but I can't stop staring at him. He looks like NBA Jam in real life.
It's true. Like, if that team didn't have Chris Paul on it, it's like...
Super face.
Because
Devin Booker...
Yeah.
I think everybody likes Devin Booker. I don't know.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We've gone into a weird place with it because for years he was in like the camp of like, get Devin Booker out of there. And now it's like, they're good. And it's like, how do we feel about...
No, let's get Chris Paul out of there.
That's right. So, at this point, like, it's like the reverse effect, because for them, it's like, does Chris Paul bring everybody down? And for the Jazz, does Donovan Mitchell bring everything else up? And Bogdanovich.
I was going to make the case, like, what's up with his name? Cut it out. Knock it off. I'm not about it.
There can only be one. So, I think the more infuriating there is still the Jazz.
It is. And they also have Hassan Whiteside backing up Rudy Gobert. And I'm not a Whiteside fan either.
Yeah.
He's a real knucklehead. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
Okay, so the Jazz move on, and their Mafia head coach is also still there. Crackhead weirdo. Snyder, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Quinn Snyder.
Okay. Now it's the Warriors and the Timberwolves?
Yeah.
Wow. Andrew Wiggins going up against his former team.
We did it. Manifest. Also, oh boy, the Warriors would...
Draymond versus Beverly? This is a good series, NBA. Make this happen, please.
Karl-Anthony Towns versus...
himself.
Himself. What's that center? They're so small. Karl-Anthony Towns trying to catch small things.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the Warriors is the more infuriating one there. I mean, at that point, like, the Timberwolves are the super underdogs.
Correct. No one wants to see the Warriors win ever.
No. They're in a weird, they're like pseudo-face kind of this year just because there's some other heels in the...
Steph Curry's really face still.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, I think Blake Thompson is, too. Klay Thompson. What did I do? I took Blake Griffin from before I, like, caught it as I said it. Yeah. I was like, Klay Thompson. So sorry.
I've always disliked Klay Thompson. And
dude, he shattered his leg.
I know. And boy, did I not feel bad about it. Quit being a prick. And then he comes back with a headband like, this is exactly what Zach likes. I'm going to do this. It's like, knock it off. I know what you're doing.
Now
I see right through it.
For trying too hard?
Yes.
I don't know. I like Jordan Poole.
I do like Jordan Poole.
Like I said, I don't like Andrew Wiggins, but it's not fair.
Correct, but what are you going to do?
And Draymond.
Draymond's Draymond.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in my mind, Zaza Pachulia still plays for the Warriors.
Still there.
So, Warriors is more infuriating for sure.
So does Durant. Yeah. Yes. Warriors are more infuriating. Which gets us Warriors Jazz.
What a bad matchup. That pisses me off more than anything. Like, I don't want... Okay.
I mean, well, this is a weird place because if we were, like, booking this, right? Like, this is total, like, Jazz are up 3-0.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But, like, for most infuriating...
This is a good storyline, too, because Draymond's been talking shit to Rudy Gobert all year long.
Yeah. Okay, let me pitch you this. I actually think at this point, the most infuriating thing would be, I think at this point we would kind of come around and be like, is Mitchell like gonna do it? Like, is he actually gonna get one? And the Jazz still pull him down. Like, I think the Jazz can do one more magic trick of surprise. We're still the worst. We can blow another lead.
You know how I think of the Jazz always? Have you seen the movie Semi-Pro?
Yeah.
Whatever the Russian center's name is, every time I hear it, like I see Rudy Gobert, I just think of Donovan Mitchell being like, "Damn it, Gobert, learn fucking English." Like he blocks his shot to lose the series or something.
I really, really like Donovan Mitchell and don't like the Jazz. I don't know what to do with that. Well, like, here's the thing with the Jazz. We've just got to a point where they just lose. That's like what happens.
That's the thing, yeah.
So, is that what I want to happen? Have we reached that point where I want the song to go on? Or
I think it's funny.
If they have a lead in that series over the Warriors, no one wants the Warriors to come back, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I think the Warriors win.
Yeah.
And we get Warriors-Sixers.
Just what we always wanted. We get James Harden, Joel Embiid going up against Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
I think I've manifested. The most infuriating thing to me is the Sixers winning the whole thing. Yeah.
I hate the 76ers. Like, I knew I didn't like them, but it's really, like, hitting me right now.
I think, can we go back and change it? Now with that in context, I think the most infuriating outcome is them winning it at the end over the Jazz, right? Because now I'm just imagining the Jazz finally get there.
True.
And then they have the gall, the absolute audacity to lose to James Harden.
The only way I could cheer for the 76ers is if the Suns are in the finals. Because seeing Chris Paul get close and losing is the greatest feeling of all time. It's one of the only things that brings me pure joy. It's just bottle it up if I could save it forever. It's like the cold water from The Water Boy. That is what that is for me. Pure ecstasy. I love Chris Paul failing.
Oh, that's so true. I'm going to go with my most infuriating outcome. I'm going to take it back. I think would be Sixers over Jazz. Like with those teams that we had in it. Because once the Warriors are in it, I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of apathetic. Like, I don't know. They kind of lost me a little bit. So I think Jazz now for me is maybe more infuriating.
I mean, if you're just booking any team to lose to the 76ers that would piss you off the most, you could say Timberwolves.
No. I know that. But like between them, because we had it down to the Warriors and the Jazz.
Okay.
So that's why I'm going that route. Because I thought that one was close. And now in hindsight, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's the Jazz. Because think about it. The Jazz beat the Warriors. Mm-hmm. Now Gobert's like, told ya. Bonjour.
I forgot Gobert's in this.
Yeah. He's like, told you. Bogdanovich is like, what a cool name I have. They make it.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like, fine. They're there. Guess I'll root for them, finally, instead of playing the Sixers. And then they lose. Like, when we have no choice but to root for them.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Fuck the Jazz. Yeah, okay. So, yes. 76ers over the Jazz. You can book it.
You can book it. And tune in every week to see us come more unraveled.
Yes.
Called to something else. Yeah.
All
right.
Oh, man.
We've got to a good place.
We've got to a great place.
We're going to bounce out of the NBA. We are going to get drafty, but in a different way.
That's very true. Jake, it's draft season in the NFL. Also, the WNBA draft just happened. Did you watch? Okay, let's move on. That was our WNBA talk.
I actually saw some of the outcomes. This is the most I've cared about it.
I know who got drafted first. Her name is Ryan something.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I don't know. I was kind of interested in the WNBA playoffs last year. So
when is it? And that's an honest question. Because I've watched a few playoff games on accident, and I don't remember when.
It's like August-ish.
Okay. Good for them. Baseball should do that. Make your playoffs in August. I have a question about baseball later, too. It is a genuine question, and maybe we do it off air or not. But I want to win in fantasy baseball. I've decided, and I don't know what some of the stats are. What's a win? Like, what's it say?
right, let's do it right now. Let's do that now. Okay. That's going to take no time.
Okay.
Baseball stats. Explained by Jake. Okay. You're talking about pitching stats.
Yeah.
A win is the pitcher who is currently pitching in the game when their team gets the lead that lasts until the end of the game. So.
Oh, so that's bull. Okay, so.
Yes.
How is there a starting pitcher who gets that then?
Because it just has to last. Well, who really gets screwed is the bullpen who keeps it. Like, let's say...
when they take the lead?
When they take the lead. So, if a starter goes... let's say a starter goes 6 innings and he only gives up 1 run. If the final score then is 0-1 at the end of the game, he takes the loss. Even though he only gave up 1 run, if he was losing when he left the game, it's a loss. If he's winning when he leaves it, like, he's either goes the whole game or he goes 7 innings. And, like, when he leaves the game, they are up 3-2. That's a win for him.
And I'm guessing a save is the pitcher that comes in to retake the...
No, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is a bad sport.
Save is a situation. This one is actually going to be the one that pisses you off. Because a save is, like, the context of a closer. So it is, like, someone who comes in the last inning of play. That's really the only time. Sometimes it gets awarded for the last 2 innings. But it's when...
It's a subjective stat?
Yeah, it's
I hate
subjective. It's when a pitcher comes in and prevents the lead from going over to the other team, like, at the end of the game.
Congratulations.
It has to be less than 4 runs, typically.
What?
Yeah.
What temperature does it need to be outside, Jake?
No, it's subjective. Yeah, like if you are up, I didn't think of it till now. It is dumb. If you're up 10-0 and you come in at the end of the game, it's not a save because the game's not close.
Right. I mean, that makes sense.
And that's like the idea of the rule. So like that's how come that like they just put the number at 3. Like they're like, because 4, it's like it's not really in jeopardy. Like if you blew it, that's on you. You shouldn't have had to like really protect that lead. But like 3 or less, it's a save because you came in and kept the game where it was. But like what can happen is then most pitchers get none of those stats. Most pitchers get what's called a no decision.
Those are called my pitchers.
Yes, that's you. I checked your stats throughout the week because I knew you weren't checking them, and I was like, let's see how he's doing.
I just got guys who hit dingers. That's all I care about, dude. Runs, RBIs, home runs. Bad batting percentage, don't care. We're going to swing at everything because something's going to hit.
That's right. Yeah, because most have no decisions. And so this is where pitchers can get pissed sometimes because if, like, let's say again, it's 0-0, like with the 2 starting pitchers, and they go into the 7th and they both leave, neither one of them is going to get the win or the loss because their team didn't have a lead or a deficit when they left the game. Now, let's say a starting pitcher pitches 8 innings and it's 6-0 when they leave. Mm-hmm. And then their reliever comes in and gives up 7 runs. They get no decision. It's nothing because the reliever blew it for them. So they don't get a win, but they also don't get the loss.
I think that's all of my pitchers. Because, like...
I can't believe we're just talking about this.
In all of them, it's like, yeah, he pitched 8 fucking innings and they won the game, but he doesn't have a win. Like, what? Oh, it's so frustrating.
Right, and it's just like, who gets the lead?
Also, why aren't stolen bases more common? Or is it just my guys don't steal bases?
No, they're pretty uncommon now.
Get faster. Take chances. It's baseball. There's 161 other games than the one you're playing right now.
That became a mentality about when the StatCast era came into being like 20 years ago. They realized like way too many people were stealing bases.
I have 1 win. 1! And I have 67 innings pitched.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at your team. We got to like...
Jake, doesn't matter because I play you this week. And you're going down and this is going to be... We're going to hype it up. And next week, if I win... Buckle up, boys, because it's gonna be a howdy do good morning to start the FlurrySports Podcast.
What the heck is a win again? This is. Can't wait. All right.
Doesn't matter. This has also been the longest week of fantasy baseball. What's it been? 18 days.
That's been a weird week.
Okay. Oh
God. Yeah, I'm having a weird time keeping up with fantasy baseball too for the sake of the podcast. Okay. Let's go on the draft. Huh?
I also found out whip, you want a low number.
Yeah.
Found that out today. I'm like, well, I got way higher. Not good.
You want a low number. Sounds like your pitching could use some work.
It's not great. I waited on pitcher because
I can tell.
I took the quarterback mentality. I mean, I got me Gosman because I'm like, hey, it's kind of like your last time.
You're the worst. Oh, you're the worst. He's good.
I've heard of him. Yeah, I did take him. Okay, let's talk about a different draft. NFL draft. NFL draft season. People have been following stuff I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of NFL draft stuff, mock draft stuff. But what we're going to do, you guys have heard me talk about draft prospects enough. And I think we need a fresh perspective, a new perspective. Jake may not be following it as closely, but he's probably our resident draft expert on this show. I think it's fair to say you've won most of the drafts that we've done. So I think it's just fair to say that you are the expert NFL draft person as well.
I think so, dude. 2 + 2 = 4. I win drafts. I'm good at drafts. Makes sense to me. I'm Mel Kiper the third, baby. We're ready to go.
That's right. So I wrote down some names that are common, like big names in the first round. Some names you guys have probably heard me talking about who I like a lot in like mid rounds. And some of these are just some awesome names in the draft. Jake, do you want me to just give you the name and you guess what position they are based on their name and go with that? Or do you want me to give you name, position, school, and then you give us your perspective on the player?
Can you give me name and school, and then I'll guess the position?
Sure. So we'll start with a big name player to start. Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan.
I know this guy. First of all, go Big Blue. He is through and through a Michigan man, a D like no other. He's a pass rusher. He is a Wolverine, Zach. And when you put him on your team, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. You can't just look at the tape of this guy.
Hell yeah.
No, he's the first one in, the last one out. He's a grinder. So I think he's very worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. And that's what he's going to be.
I couldn't say it better myself. And next one, Jake, another first-round guy, I would say, Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa.
Dude, how about those tight ends from Iowa? That's all you need to know. Is the point of the segment to be to get a lot of stuff wrong because I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, so here's the thing, man. Iowa blows.
True.
You know what Linderbaum's got going for him? Get out there.
That's a good point.
Who's going to be more motivated than this fucking guy? Nobody. He's going to go around and be like, you have buildings here? Holy shit, I'm never leaving. So I think he's going to have that real lunch pail Iowa energy. I think he's going to be a real red zone threat.
I think he may be, Jake.
Can you tell me at the end what position they play?
He's a center.
The tight end of the line.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone says that. Next guy, second round probably, Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati.
Okay, Cincinnati for years has had a chip on their shoulder. Desmond Ridder has kind of been like their linchpin. I see him as, you want him on a contender. That's who he's going to bring to you. I think, as a strong safety, he's going to be a real addition to the team. Isn't he a quarterback?
Yes.
All of a sudden it came back to me. So first of all, not many people know this. Strong safety in high school. He's going to take that eye for the defense, bring it back to you. I think his athleticism, his real team first mentality, that since the Bearcat way, you can't teach it. So I see him going to somewhere like Pittsburgh where they really are trying to find their identity. He's going to be the guy who earns his spot.
Damn right.
Found his position halfway through. I've heard of this guy.
Next guy I like a lot, Jake. Khalil Shakir from Boise State.
Okay. I do not know this human. So we are going to, but what I've seen of his tape tells me this. The X's and O's show that he's just got a really good technique. I think that when you like him. So I'm trying to be like, what position do you like? As far as tackles go.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can't make up for his size. He's got all of the fundamentals. He's got all of the things that you're born with and the things that you got to learn.
Wow.
in the classroom. So I think put him on the end. Let him protect your best guy. He's the one you pay to protect the one you pay.
Agreed. Wide receiver. Romeo Dubes, Jake. Dubes. Gotta love Dubes from Nevada. What do you think about Dubes?
I'm all in on the Nevada Dubes. All right. So here's what I think about Romeo Dubes. Please tell me he's a running back. What position is he?
He's a wide receiver.
Oh, close.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing with Dubes. Big stretch the field guy. He's going to make sure the guys get open. He's going to be the one who the quarterback loves to throw to. So I think when you...
I love that comment from people. That's a real thing they say.
That is real. This whole time I've been trying to... I've changed this halfway through. I know that people are probably having fun seeing me get the positions wrong. Why don't you tell me the positions just so I can get into the, the mindset of a...
There's a couple I want you to guess, but for the most part, yeah.
You choose. But for our boy Dubes, no one gets more lit than old Doobie. And so I think he's going to be a huge addition on the outside for folks.
Speaking of someone who gets just as lit as Doobie, let's talk about Smoke Monday from Auburn.
Okay, I'm guessing you want me to guess his position.
Yep.
Old Smoke Monday, best kicker in the league.
That would be incredible.
No one's got a better leg than Smokey the Bandit. Dude, Smoke Monday comes out. And, dude, no one owns Sundays like Smoke Monday. So when he steps onto the field, the crowd pays attention. He's going to be someone who outworks the competition. When I hear the name Smoke Monday, jersey sales, he's the face of your franchise. He's going to be the number one pick in fantasy drafts for kickers for the next 10 years. So
he is a safety. So just imagine Smoke Monday roaming the deep third. Just... scary. Let's go a little bit more proper here. This is Stanley Berryhill III from, he's a wide receiver from Arizona.
Sometimes there's a lot of emphasis put on guys who have to earn it. Guys who really have to start from nothing to scratch. Mm-hmm. Berryhill III learned all of his coordination on the ski slopes, and I think it shows. He's always going downhill. That's the first thing you see about him. His speed is electric. Mm-hmm. So when he gets out there, I think the biggest thing for him is his hands. Keeps them tight. They're good size.
Yeah.
Size hands. Yeah. Plus, I think just comparison-wise in the league, I see a lot of Hopkins in him. I think he catches balls, gets open, goes downfield, just like Hopkins. So I think he's going to do that for a team. I think he's going to be someone who catches passes and does it well.
I'm trying to think of a last name that's like super prevalent at every position. Be like, he's got a lot of Williams in him. Like if he did another position.
That's true. That's really good. Williams might be the best one to do that with.
Probably, yeah.
I was trying to think of a better one, but that's probably it.
Let's talk about this guy. I've been talking about this guy for weeks. To the point you're going to love this guy if I show you him. His name's Jason Poe. Kind of positionless. He's from Mercer. He's short, athletic freak, like super fast, amazing jumper, insane. Like I was hyping him up, and then he like saw me on Twitter, and he tagged me in a video of him flexing shirtless. The dude he's my guy, and then now Todd McShay's on him now too. But
he started here.
Todd McShay repeated the words I said, so congratulations, McShay. But yeah, it did start here.
All right, do you want me to guess? He's kind of positionless, but where's he going to end up?
He's either an offensive guard or a fullback. And that's true.
Well, here's the thing. People don't always think about this, but in the drills you do as a football player, you get a lot of different skills. And he's going to bring in both. He's either going to be a lineman who knows how to fill a hole. He's going to have that running back's vision. Or he's going to be a fullback who waits for his guys. He's got that patience that you really can't teach. So I think that Jordan Poe is really the one to watch in this draft. First of all, Jason Poe, brother of Jordan.
It's a real Ezekiel situation.
Yes. Jason Poe. Here's what I love about Jason Poe. He's from Mercer. You know how many guys you hear about from Mercer? Not many. You know what that means? Jason Poe's a freak, dude. He earned his spot. He's no Brantley Gilbert III or whoever we just talked about as the wide receiver.
That's the video he takes, man.
Oh, my gosh. Look at this man. I love me. Dude, we're Po Boys. That's who we are on this show, okay? So, I think any team's lucky to have him. I'm calling it now. Jason Poe, proud San Francisco 49.
Oh, I would love to see him under Belichick. Like, some of these...
That's a good one, too.
I did say, though, like, imagine A.J. Dillon running behind Jason Poe in December. Oh,
he belongs. Come home.
He does. He absolutely does. Let's do a couple more. There's a couple more names I really want to hit on here that I found pretty much today. Let's start with Zach Van Valkenburg, edge rusher from Iowa, Jake. Maybe not your favorite school, but what can we expect from Van Valkenburg?
Dude, what a douchebag. No, I don't know anything about it. Here's the thing about Van Valkenburg. Keeps his head on a swivel. He's got good posture.
Just in the classroom.
Just about. I don't think, and you can go on record with this. I've talked to my guys have talked to his guys. Never seen him slouch. Not one time. Show me a clip of him. I love his tape. His tape really jumps out at you.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one.
That is good.
I couldn't stop watching it, Zach. So, he's a guy who, one, sounds like a villain from a 1930s black and white movie. So I think that's really gonna help his status as the next Miami Dolphin.
Ooh. We're gonna end with one last player, and you just spoke of Van Valkenburg being the villain of the draft. But what do you think of Luigi Villain, edge rusher from Wake Forest?
Here's the deal with our boy Luigi, okay? The shadow of his brother Mario his entire life. Knew we had to start there. Have to.
Mamma mia. With
a name like Villain. So here's the thing with Luigi Villain. He's got a real knack for playing up to his name. You know, I once saw him eat a snow cone that a child was holding. That's right. I once saw him kick a puppy.
What a bad guy.
Yeah, what a bad guy. You know what? He once told his coach that he loved him just to say, psych. That's the type of guy Luigi Villain is. Dude, he promised to show up to his study group in college and never came.
I once saw Luigi Villain order like a bunch of food from one of those food trucks and then just throw it away. Like it's not illegal or anything. It's just like he just wasted everybody's. He paid for it. He's just kind of inconveniences everybody.
When Luigi Villain took out his notes in class, he never took off those little fringes on the end of his paper.
No, Luigi Villain would never do that.
Luigi Villain only writes in red ink pen. He always says he's going to take his food to go and then eats in the restaurant. Luigi Villain is a menace.
He is a menace. He needs to be stopped.
He's going to carry that onto the field. Probably going to play for the Packers. And that's a spicy meatball.
That's our draft coverage. I think you can take that to the bank.
Yeah.
Who needs Mel
Hopefully
Kiper?
not the bank Luigi Villain goes to.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
He always takes the candy that's labeled just for kids.
That's right. Luigi Villain shows up and asks for the kids' meal every time. It's not illegal, but it's like, hey, let's save those for somebody else. You just want to pay like 30 cents extra.
Yeah, he says, I'm young.
Yeah.
That's his response every time. He always spoils movies before you can tell him not to.
Yes. And it's not like right away, though. No, it's like a month in. Like, you know, maybe it's a little inconvenient to go to, and you still want to see it, and he knows that.
But you were talking about a different movie.
Right, yeah. Like, he wants to steer the conversation just to bother you a little bit.
Yeah, it's like what they did to Han Solo. Jesus Christ, Luigi.
Yes.
It's just about to watch it.
That's right. Speaking of movies, Jake, I think we should get to our draft for today.
Yes. Sorry, I'm still thinking Luigi Villain jokes. Yeah, I'm in. And it's staying drafty in here, Zach. Ooh, it's a little chill. If you're chilly at home, you should go to mysportshirt.com. Get yourself some good apparel. I think my favorite is the Crackhead merch. It's still one I like. I've loved my Dan Campbell sweater Rise and grind, baby. My students love it. So
happy birthday, Dan Campbell. His birthday was this week.
That's right. No one's ever looked better at 21 than old Dan Campbell.
That's right.
Youngest coach in the league.
Yes. But for our draft today, we are going to be drafting the best sports movies with a twist, Jake. Would you like to share the twist?
Yeah, here's the twist. We are here to challenge ourselves, much like Luigi villain in a Penn Playhouse. It's hard to be nice to all those kids. So here's the challenge this week, Zach. We are going to draft the best sports movies of all time to catch. Once someone drafts a movie from a particular sport, that sport is off the board. So if one of us were to open up with our football pick, that one is gone. So you have to, Zach and I scoured the internet for 10 different sports that they made movies about.
Yes.
We think we're ready to go. So if one of us has a bad pick, that's the representative for that sport.
That's right.
Nothing you can do about it. So we are going to start. It's your turn to draft first.
Okay.
So we're going to snake draft style, 5 picks each.
Mm-hmm.
Our best sports movies of all time. And I think I can only really think of this for a couple things, but I think we'll be specific on sports. So like fighting movies are going to be split up like if it's MMA or if it's boxing, and dance movies will be like cheer or dance or ballet.
Sure.
Different types of racing, all that good stuff. So
I like it. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to go basketball. There's a lot of good basketball movies out there. Glory Road. I mean, awesome. Hoosiers, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go semi-pro.
That's so good. That's so good.
I think that best represents the genre.
Yeah.
I think we already mentioned it in this podcast. Shout out Rudy Gobert. But, yeah, Will Ferrell's semi-pro. Jackie Moon is going to be my pick for the basketball category.
Oh, that is good. All right. My next one, I get 2 in a row, so I'm going to make sure one of them is football. And I've got a couple different options here, but I try to think of something that's a little more like, I don't know, underdog than this pick, but I don't know who doesn't like it. I'm going to go, dude, if you're a longtime listener, you know that I hate Rudy.
Everyone should if they don't.
Yes. So you know who I'm going to go with? Rudy. No, I'm going to go with Remember the Titans.
Awesome movie.
So, Sunshine. I love that movie. So good. Donald Faison's best work.
Yep. Still, watch it. I'm looking for Zach Braff in it. That's the only thing the movie's missing.
Still looking out for it. Leave No Doubt is still like one of my favorite movie moments. It's such a good movie. Okay.
So good.
It solved racism.
It did.
Movie. Yeah. So I'm going to go Remember the Titans as our football pick. I'm going to go, I have couple different routes I can go. I'm going to go strategic on this one. I don't think there's a lot of options in this category, but I know it's going to be on your board. So, Happy Gilmore's coming off the board with golf. The price is wrong, bitch. I know.
Damn it.
Dude, I knew you were going to get that or semi-pro. I knew you couldn't get both. So, I love it. Here's the reason I'm taking it. I think it's the giant of the golf category.
I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, Tin Cup is good. That's like a yes.
Haven't seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like an all-time classic movie. And so I really like The Greatest Game Ever Played. But Happy Gilmore is like maybe one of the funniest sports movies of all time. It's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. So that's what I'm going with.
Okay, so I need to figure out a baseball movie. And
you just got to steal it from me.
Oh, I was just trying to think. Like, in my heart, I did not think I've watched a single baseball movie, but one just popped into my head. And it has to be the baseball pick. And I'm not stretching this to figure out what it's called. Son of a bitch, what's it called? No. Got it. Benchwarmers.
This is becoming a mockery.
No, it's not.
Oh, you picked Benchwarmers and not Major League?
Haven't seen it.
Oh.
What I was going to do is...
should have taken baseball.
What I was going to do was Bad News Bears. Because...
That's good.
Oh, is it good? I wasn't sure if people liked it or not. I liked it.
It's a good movie. Yeah, it's a really good movie.
The new one. Is that worse or no?
That's worse.
Okay, that's what I would have done. But yes, obviously
Sandlot, not that one, huh?
No, maybe Sandlot. I should have picked Sandlot too.
Benchwarmers, I actually think has its fans.
Me, my sister.
Moneyball's really good. That would be my opinion. Oh,
okay. Haven't seen Moneyball. Heard it's good. I'm gonna go. I gotta class up the joint a little bit here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go boxing. There's two I really like. I'm just gonna go standard. I'm gonna go Rocky.
The first one.
Mm-hmm. Set the scene.
Set the scene. It is really good.
It's not my favorite one, but you know.
I was like, he's gonna pick Rocky 4 for sure.
Do you like Rocky 4?
Dude, Russia sucks.
It does.
That opinion is more valid now than it's been in a while.
True. We need another Rocky movie.
That's right. Only Rocky can get the Russians to cheer for him in English in Russia.
Yes. True.
I love that movie. Rocky's a good pick. Some of my favorite movies of all time.
Very good.
I really thought you wouldn't take it or baseball. So you've done well. I'm going to go with hockey next. And there's a few that are really good, but the only one that I've watched a bunch I really like is Miracle. So,
that's like widely regarded as the best sports movie, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Name on the...
I was going to do Mighty Ducks if you did it.
Also, and I haven't seen that one. So
me neither, but I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah. Name on the front of the jersey, a lot more important. Name on the back. We love Miracle. So, also, screw Russia. There's a theme.
There's a theme of these movies.
Yes. I think next I'm going to go with... Well, you took a lot of the ones I was thinking of. So I am going to go with... This was my ace in the hole pick, so I don't know if I want to do it right now. I'm going to go Secretariat. My horse racing movie. I really like that movie, and it's really good. Yeah, well made. That's my pick.
Well made. Good quality American movie.
That's right.
The Ford of movies. I am going to go... I mean, I have my last two here. So I'm going to start...
Almost fell out of my chair.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Jake's at the edge of his seat waiting for this. I'm going to go with ice skating. There's a theme here.
Oh, no. You're going with this one too. Okay.
Blades of Glory.
Got him. Yeah.
Last pick, dodgeball. Going to be dodgeball.
It's so dumb.
What a good lineup of movies. High quality. This is true cinema is what I got going on over here. We got Benchwarmers.
Yeah.
We got... I don't even remember what I did for the first one. Oh, Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro, Benchwarmers, Rocky.
Somehow the outlier here, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of, I think, are they all Happy Gilmore movies?
No, most of them are Will Ferrell.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Because we're the
one in the same. One in the same. Well, not the last two. The last two were Dodgeball, and then it was Blades of Glory. But before that, I guess the only one's a Happy Gilmore.
Because I thought of one that I thought you were going to pick to kind of round out. There's two that you missed. You made it a Will Ferrell 5 for 5.
What am I missing?
The one I'm picking. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a good one.
That's just apologize. I won't break your arm. It's what maybe one funny scenes. I'm going to go with that one. My other option, Kicking and Screaming.
That's a very good movie. Is there another soccer movie?
Bend It Like Beckham, which I have not seen.
Until the Ted Lasso movie comes out.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Talladega Nights.
Yeah, solid.
Sweet Baby Jesus. On Easter. Yeah, Sweet Baby Jesus.
That's my favorite form of Jesus.
Shake and Bake. That movie's so quotable.
Super quotable.
So my lineup is Happy Gilmore, Talladega Nights, Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Remember the Titans, Miracle, and Secretariat.
Glad you got Secretariat in there.
Dude, gotta represent Chicago Racing Stripes. No, I really like Secretariat.
I think I've seen it. I don't know.
It was on 4-H strip, I think.
Probably napped through it.
Should have gone for Snow Dogs.
I was gonna do what's it called? Jamaican bobsled team. Cool runnings. Yeah.
Cool Runnings is really good.
Just didn't fit my theme, you know? A little too silly for me.
That's what it was. It's too silly. Thought about that. Thought about Karate Kid.
Yeah, I did. I scrolled by it.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, you know?
I do know. I think that does it for the show, Zach. Thanks again for listening, everybody. Hope you had a great
morning.
We're a morning show now. That's true. Any takes you want to leave the fans on, Zach?
I just think Rudy Gobert is a menace that needs to be stopped. I think his ego continues to grow with every new infected patient that he gets. And we need to get him out of the playoffs before he truly causes another pandemic.
On a similar note, there's no reason they couldn't give us chocolate-filled eggs the whole fucking year. We save them for one weekend just so we spend more money on it. So
Easter truly is the McRib of holidays.
Comes back when you missed it the least.
Yeah.
That's true.
Everything about it. Jesus came back. Hey, thanks. And with him, he brought Peeps and chocolate eggs and jelly beans.
That's true. Here's my hot take for the road. Peeps should only be used to fill gaps in concrete.
There's some good Peeps. There's some. We're going to end the show.